Good morning. How you all doing? My name's Dave, and thanks for joining me on my morning walk or on these walks that I do as I leave my pity party behind me. Some people might be thinking, Dave, why do you say pity party? Well, that's what it was. I was feeling sorry for myself. I was like, woe's me. Why's me? It's the world's fault. I fell off a roof, shattered my heel, tore my abdominal muscle, um, fractured my. Did I just do like a snort laugh? Fractured my tailbone, and you know, all these other stuff. Messed up my back. It's woe's me. That's a pity party. Pity party table of one. All right. So that's what I'm leaving behind me. Now it's a journey because there's days when I don't do a good job at leaving it behind me, and does it still affect me? Um, but those are getting fewer, and when I catch myself falling back in there, I do different things. I look to gratitude for what I have. I have my wonderful wife, my incredible daughter, who's growing into a she's a teenager now. She's growing into a young woman. She's getting ready for high school. So these are, cool prints. Squirrel. Anyway, literally squirrel tracks. Yeah. And you might notice as you hit that like button, I get distracted easily. Hear these birds out there. The neighbor's cutting his lawn or doing something with the tractor. It's just cool out here. We're getting into gator season, so we're going to start hearing those bellowing calls. Something like that. I'm not a good animal caller. But yeah, so when we get up and leave for school in the morning, we're gonna have to be a little bit wary and look around what's around us in case there's a gator. We haven't seen one yet on this far upland. Well, I've seen one on another property right on the street, but yeah, not by us. So that's a pity party. I'm going back to the subject here, that I'm leaving behind, and I'm practicing gratitude and things like that, and thinking in abundance instead of scarcity. I had this channel was originally about a documentary that we were going to do. I sent in a proposal to a whole bunch of producers, and most of them didn't reply. A couple of them replied and said no thanks, and then a couple did reply. One wanted money, and came across as like kind of like sketchy. The other one said no money. All we do is we get paid on points, a percentage, and then they take care of all the setup and funding. So we were going to do that for my daughter as becoming a creator. But as we started building out some of her socials, she was like 10 at the time, we noticed that it wasn't the environment that we wanted her to be in. So we kind of like X'd the project, because it was more important for us that she not be exposed to all these creeps that were there around, and things. And this was the whole time when other things were going on in Hollywood and stuff. So yeah, we decided not to do that. But back to my point was that I saw a video of me saying, hey, we were starting to look for a base vehicle because we were going to create like an overlander to travel up and down the coast and through the country with. and we were going to get funding for that. But I was huge in the video. You can only see like 3/4 of me from my chest up. So from here up, my face was just bloated. I was round. This is before I had a beard. And worse than that. So I was like, oh my goodness. I think that was the time when I was at my heaviest. About 257 was my heaviest. I think that was it, because I looked not good. I was so inflamed, and my everything. But so I was looking at myself now. I just came off a 48-hour fast, my second one. I was thinking about going 72, but then I was like, ooh, I could still go for a steak. So the only thing is my timing on the 48-hour fast wasn't the best, because it finished at 7:30 last night. So I started small. I just had a protein shake. It's a bone broth protein shake, chocolate flavor, with monk fruit. So not 100% carnivore, but it's okay. And then I put in some half and half organic creamer, because it's high in fatty 15, which is very helpful for the body. So I started with that, and then another thing, it's not carnivore, so don't throw me in. But I know you guys, you're not gonna troll me in the comments saying, oh, that's not carnivore. Is I ate like a little scoop of sauerkraut. And sauerkraut, any fermented food, sauerkraut, kimchi, pickles, those introduce really good bacteria into the gut biome. How's that? Is that better? And so I ate a couple of bites of that, and then I slowly ate 2 beef patties, and that was it. I did that real slow. It took me basically from 7:30 to 7:40 to about 9:30 to eat that, because I wanted to do it slow, so that I wouldn't, mess up and get, not feel good after not eating for 48 hours. My ketones were large. I was like at 2.9 ketones, which is really good. My body was in ketosis, and I measured it different times, so that was really cool to see it that high. I think my highest has been like 3 something last time I did the fasting. But sorry, I'm in a little bit of pain, so I'm trying to think and walk and all this stuff at the same time, and breathe. So I was looking at that. I just came off the 48, so 9:30, and then I stayed up. I tried to stay up to 12:30, so I would have at least 3 hours before I went to sleep. But I was out by 11:30. I couldn't stay up any later. I was tired, and plus with a full tummy. But I did wake up a couple of times at night, so I could have gotten better sleep. But I weighed myself. I still have food in my stomach and everything, because it takes a little while to digest meat. And I had a couple of bites of a steak. I couldn't finish my steak. So I woke up, but I was still 100. After I went to the bathroom, I was still 183.6, I think. Which is like crazy, because the night before, with eating, I was at 185 because of the food and the water. So it's amazing how good these 48-hour fasts are. I feel rejuvenated and everything. I haven't been, when I get up, I haven't been looking at my phone. I don't look at it until I set the music, or I give it to my daughter to set the music when we ride to school. I don't look at it until like now. And I'm out here getting the sunlight. So I feel like I've gotten to a point where I really noticed a difference, especially when I saw that video. It's amazing. The short distance of time, that's basically 6 months, that I've done this. I'm sorry I'm doing ums today. I don't know why I'm doing so many ums. Maybe it's because you haven't hit that like button yet or commented. Thanks. Should put like one of those counters on there. There's I just wanted to say, sometimes, as we're going through these things, if you've got your own pity party and stuff, just take a minute to find something to be grateful for. That's what I'm doing. I'm so grateful that I made this change, and I'm doing this. I'm pushing through all this stuff. And I want to thank you guys for all your great comments and subscribing. It's just been amazing. What a wonderful day. So I'll end it like that, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. You have a blessed day.